Hello dear students, welcome back. In the previous video, we studied about meaning of journal, specimen of journal, its characteristics and importance of journal. We also studied the way of passing journal entry. Today we are going to do question number 6th and question number 7th of your textbook on page number 102 and 103. So here is the questions. I have taken few examples from question number 6th and few examples from question number 7th. But before moving further, I would want you to know modern approach of classification of accounts. By now, we have studied traditional approach where all the accounts are classified as personal, real and nominal account. We have studied rules of debit and credit under the traditional approach that we call golden rules, on the basis of which we pass journal entries. Traditional approach has been already discussed in previous video, but knowing modern approach of classification will really be helpful for you in passing journal entry. Modern approach classifies the accounts in 5 parts. That is, first one is asset, liabilities, expenses, revenue and capital. So let's see first asset. The nature of asset is debit. That means assets have debit balance. And if asset increases, if there is an increase in asset, then it will be debited. And if asset decreases, then it will be credited. Then let's see it for liability. Liability has credit balance. And if liability increases, then liability will be credited. And if liability decreases, then it will be debited. Then expense. Expense has debit balance. And if there is increase in expense, then expense will be debited. And if expense decreases, then it will be credited. Then there is revenue. The nature of revenue is credit. That means revenue has credit balance. And if there is an increase in revenue, then it will be credited. And if revenue decreases, it will be debited. Then next is equity, or we can say it capital. The nature of capital is credit. That means capital has credit balance. And if capital increases, then it will be credited. And if capital decreases, then it will be debited. I hope you would have understood this. So let's start question number 6. So here is question number 6. I have taken few transactions from question number 6. So let's see how to pass journal entry. So here question is, write journal entries for the following transaction in the books of Shubham. Here date is given 2014 Jan 1st. First transaction is introduce goods of rupees 10,000, cash rupees 15,000, furniture rupees 5,000, debtors of rupees 10,000 and commenced business. That means owner has started business by introducing goods, cash, furniture and debtors. So here our first step will be to ascertain which accounts are involved. So here goods account, cash account, furniture account, debtors account and capital account are involved. So here combined journal entry will be passed as there are more than 2 accounts which are involved. What is combined journal entry, or we can say what is compound journal entry, that we have studied in previous video. So here first we will write heading Journal of Shubham. So Here you have to prepare 5 columns. First column of date, particulars, LF, debit and credit. In date column, we will write date. And the way of writing date is, first you will write year, then date. For date, first you will write month. After then, date. So here, as owner Shubham is introducing goods, cash, furniture and debtors, and by introducing these things, he has started business. So as he has introduced, so goods are coming in the business, and goods is associated with real account. So for goods, we will apply the rule of real account, that is debit what comes in, and here goods are coming in the business. That's why it will be debited. Cash is also a real account. So as per the rule, debit what comes in. Here cash is also coming in the business as owner has introduced it to start the business. So cash is coming in the business. That's why cash account will be debited. Similarly, furniture is also an asset. For asset, we will apply the rule of real account, that is debit what comes in. So furniture account will be debited. Then debtors. Debtor is a personal account. So for debtor, we will apply the rule of personal account, that is debit the receiver and credit the giver. So here, who is debtor? Debtor is the person to whom we have sold goods on credit. So he is the receiver of goods. As we have sold goods, as Shubham has sold goods to him on credit. That's why in this way, he is the receiver of the benefit. Benefit in the form of goods. He is receiver of goods. That's why debtor's account will be debited as per the rule of personal account. Then capital account is also personal account. Here, for capital account also, we will apply the rule of personal account. So let us decide whether here owner is receiving something or he is giving the benefit to the business. See, one thing you must remember, that from the viewpoint of accounting, a business entity or firm and the owner of business are considered as separate independent entities. We as an accountant have to write the accounts of the business, not of the owner of the business. Always remember this rule. Owner invests capital in different forms at the time of starting of business as well as in current business. This investment is made by the owner in the form of cash, asset, as you can see here. So as per the rule of credit, the giver, the owner of business or capital account will be creditor. Here, owner is the giver. So as per the rule of personal account, capital account will be credited. Here, the owner's capital account is a liability of business entity towards its owner. So according to modern approach also, that we have just seen in this video, according to modern approach also, as capital account is a liability of business entity, that's why also it will be credited. Now you will write narration. Narration is a brief explanation. That is, how will you write it? You will start it with the word being. Being started business by bringing in stock of goods, cash, furniture and debtors. That means you have briefly explained that what entry you have passed. Narration gives information about the transaction to the reader. Now, before passing second journal entry, a thin line is drawn all through the particulars column to separate one journal entry from the other, and it shows that the entry of transaction has been completed. And debits must equal the credits in every transaction. Here you see 10,000 plus 15,000 plus 5,000 plus 10,000. All these are the amounts of debit column. So it must be equal to credit column. So when we add these, we will get 40,000. So hence amount of capital is 40,000. Now let's move towards next transaction. Here next transaction is date is 12. Personal motor car sold for rupees 80,000 and introduced rupees 50,000 in business. So here which two accounts are involved? Here first capital account and cash account. Why capital account? Because here once again owner is investing some amount to his current business. So here is the journal entry for this. Cash account debit and capital account will be credited. Here in this transaction, owner has sold his personal motor car, his personal vehicle, and by selling it, he got money 80,000. But we will not record here 80,000 because out of 80,000, he is investing only 50,000 as cash in the business. So here cash is coming in the business. Cash is coming in the business by what amount? 50,000. So as cash is an asset, so here we will apply the rule of real account. That is debit what comes in. As cash is coming in the business, that's why cash account will be debited by 50,000 and capital account will be credited. For capital account, we have applied the rule of personal account. That is credit the giver. Here owner is giver. Owner is the giver of benefit. Owner is giving cash. He is introducing cash in the business. Now again we will write narration. Being personal motor car sold, cash brought in the business. Now let's move towards next transaction. Next is date 20. From business, goods of rupees 1,000 and cash rupees 400 are withdrawn for personal use. Here, owner is withdrawing goods and cash from his business. When the owner of a business consumes or withdraws goods of business, asset, cash, or any other service for his personal use, then it is known as drawings. So which account, two accounts are involved here? First is drawing and two more accounts here are involved. That is goods drawing account, cash account and purchase account. So let's see here journal entry. Drawings account debit 1,400. For drawing account will come under personal account. So for drawing account, we will apply the rule of personal account. That says debit the receiver. Here owner is receiving something from business. Owner is receiving goods and cash from business. That's why drawings account will be debited. Then what he is receiving, he is withdrawing. He is withdrawing goods. So for goods, we apply the rule of real account. That says debit what comes in and credit what goes out. So here goods are going out from business as owner is withdrawing it. And as I explained you earlier, that when goods account is affected, in that case, we do not write it as goods account. We name it as the nature of transaction. Here, purchase account will be credited because whatever goods were purchased by the owner for resale, from that, out of that, goods are going out as owner is withdrawing it. That's why goods are decreasing. So, as per the rule of real account, purchase account will be credited. Then, next is cash account. Here, cash account will also be credited because cash is an asset and here cash is going out of business. So, as per real account, credit what goes out. So, cash account will be credited. And if you apply the knowledge of modern approach, in that case also, what I told you, as cash is an asset and nature of asset is debit balance. And if asset decreases, then we credit it. That's why cash account will be credited. So here narration is being goods and cash withdrawn from the business for personal use. Now next transaction is transaction number date 31. Life insurance premium of ₹500 paid by check. Here two accounts will be affected. Which are they? Drawing account and bank account. Why drawing account? Because here life insurance premium is personal expense of owner. Because here life insurance premium is given. That means owner must have taken policy for his own life and for that he is paying premium. So it is his personal expense. He has not taken insurance for his business goods or assets or any kind of business property. So as he is making payment for his personal expense by using business fund, that's why drawing account will be affected. And as here owner is the receiver of benefit from the business, that's why drawing account will be debited. And here bank account is personal account. So we will apply the rule of personal account, which says debit the receiver and credit the giver. Here bank is the giver as the amount of premium is being paid by using check. So bank account will be credited. Now remaining transactions you have to complete by yourself. After passing all the journal entries, you have to do total of debit side and credit side. And remember, total of debit side must be equal to total of credit side. After then you have to draw two thin lines that indicates that you have completed your journal entries here. Now let's make journal entries of few transactions from question number 7. Here is question number 7. Write following transaction in the journal of Pushkar. Feb 1st. Due to additional requirement of funds, 12% loan of ₹20,000 borrowed from Ram. So here which two accounts are involved? Here 12% Ram's loan and cash account. These two accounts are involved. So let us see journal entry for this. Here cash account will be debited as cash is coming in the business, as we have borrowed loan from Ram. So cash is coming in the business. That's why as per real account, cash account will be debited. Now second account is 12% Ram's loan account. Here as additional capital is required besides owner's capital to run business, that's why businessman has taken loan from Ram. So here loan account is personal account. So the rule of personal account is applicable here. So as per personal account, that is credit the giver, the 12% Ram's loan account will be credited. If you apply here modern approach, which I just explained at the starting of video, the result will be same. So let's try it. As per modern approach, as we know, cash account is an asset. Cash is an asset and the nature of asset is debit. And if asset increases, then it will be debited. Here, cash is increasing. That's why it will be debited. And Ram's loan is liability to the business. It is a liability of business. As loan is taken for business and business has to repay it in future. So in this way, it is a liability of business. And the nature of liability is credit. And if there is increase in liability, then liability account will be credited. So 12% Ram's loan account will be credited. Then we will write narration, being loan borrowed from Ram. Now let's move to next transaction, that is third date. Rupees 8,000 lent to Lakshman at interest rate of 8%. That means here loan is being given to Lakshman. It is just the reverse case of first transaction. In first transaction, business has borrowed loan from someone, and in this transaction, business is giving loan to someone. So let's see the journal entry for this. Here, two accounts are involved, that is 8% loan lent to Lakshman account and cash account. As here, loan lent is receivable, and any kind of receivable is an asset. And you know that the nature of asset is debit, and if there is increase in asset, then it will be debited. So as per modern approach, loan lent, as it is a receivable, it is an asset, that's why it will be debited. And cash is also an asset. Here it will be credited, as cash is going out of business, as we are giving loan in the way of cash. So cash is decreasing. That's why it will be credited as per modern approach. When asset decreases, it will be credited. Now let's apply traditional approach here. Here, loan lent is personal account, and by applying the rule of personal account, that is debit the receiver, so here loan lent to Lakshman account will be debited. As here Lakshman is receiving the benefit in the form of loan, and as cash is going out of business, that's why it will be credited as per the rule of real account, that says credit what goes out. Then we will write narration, being loan lent to Lakshman. Now let's move towards next transaction, that is 10th date. Rupees 5,000 returned back to Sita for borrowed loan and paid interest rupees 400. It means loan must have been borrowed from Sita some time back, and now we are repaying it with interest. So let us see journal entry for this. Here, three accounts are involved: Sita's loan account, interest on loan account, and cash account. Here, for Sita's loan account, we will apply rule of personal account. Here, Sita is the receiver of loan amount, as we are returning it to her, repaying it to her. So, Sita's loan account debit as per the rule of debit the receiver. Then interest on loan account will be debited. For this, we are applying the rule of nominal account, as interest on loan is an expense for the business. So expense is nominal account. It will come under nominal account. So as per the rule of nominal account, that is debit all expenses and losses and credit all income and gain. So here, as it is an expense, so interest on loan will be debited. Now as we are repaying loan amount and we are paying interest with that, so in this way our cash is going out. Cash is decreasing by rupees 5,400. That means 5,000 for loan amount and 400 is for interest amount. In this way, total 5,400 cash is going out of business. So, as per the rule of real account, credit what goes out, cash account will be credited. And here we will write narration, being paid loan borrowed and its interest. Now, let's apply the knowledge of our modern approach. Let's apply it and see the result. Here, as we are returning, as loan is liability, but as we are repaying it, so our liability is decreasing here and nature of liability is credit. Now as here liability is decreasing, that's why it will be debited. And interest on loan is an expense. The nature of expense is debit. And if there is increase in expense, in that case, expense account is debited. That's why interest on loan account will be debited. Now, cash is an asset and here asset is decreasing as we are paying these amounts in the way of cash. So, asset is decreasing, cash is decreasing. So, the nature of asset is debit. And if there is decrease in asset, then it will be credited. That's why cash account will be credited. So whichever approach you find convenient, you can use that approach, be it traditional approach or modern approach. Result will be same. Now let's see next transaction. Date 15. Interest for 1 month paid for loan obtained from RAM. This transaction is related to first transaction, that is due to additional requirement of funds, 12% loan of rupees 20,000 borrowed from RAM. Here on Feb 1st, we had borrowed loan from RAM and now on date 15, we are paying 1 month interest on that loan. So first let's calculate the amount of interest. Here loan amount is 20,000 and interest rate is 12%. So in this way we will calculate interest on loan, 20,000 that is loan amount, multiply by interest rate that is 12%, 12 upon 100, multiply by 1 upon 12. Why we have taken here 1? Because we are required to calculate 1 month interest as it is asked in question. As there are 12 months in a year, so in denominator we will write 12 and we are asked to calculate interest for 1 month only. That's why in numerator we will write 1. If it was asked 2 months interest, then we would write 2 upon 12. So here 1 month interest will be 200. So let's see journal entry for this. Here it is, date 15. Here interest on loan account and cash account will be affected. Interest on loan is an expense for the business. So as per nominal account, as per the rule, debit all expenses. That's why interest on loan account will be debited. And as cash is going out, as we are paying interest, so cash is decreasing. Cash is going out of business. That's why cash account will be credited. And narration will be being paid interest on loan borrowed from Ram. Now let us see next transaction. That is transaction for the date 18th. Rupees 75 became receivable for interest on loan of Lakshman. So first, let us see how to make journal entry with the help of modern approach for this transaction. Here, Lakshman account and interest on loan account, these two accounts will be affected. Here, this transaction is connected with transaction number 2nd, date 3rd. On 3rd date, we had given loan to Lakshman, and for that rupees 75 interest became payable, it became receivable. Here one thing you must notice, that here it is not given that rupees 75 is received. We haven't received it yet. It became receivable, and any kind of receivable is asset for the business. So as per modern approach, because we are going to receive interest on loan from him in future, and receivable is an asset for the business. So as the nature of asset is debit, and when asset increases, then it will be debited. And interest on loan given is income for us, and income and nature of income is credit. So when income increases, it will be credited. Now let us understand it with the help of traditional approach. So here Lakshman is receiver of the benefit. What type of benefit? Here Lakshman is personal account, as it is a name of a person. So what kind of benefit he is receiving? He is receiving benefit in the form of loan. We had lent loan to him. That's why, as he is a receiver, so his account will be debited. And as interest on loan lent is an income, so as per the rule of nominal account, which says that credit all income and gain, so as per that rule, interest on loan account will be credited. And here we will write narration, being interest receivable on loan advanced to Lakshman. Then remaining entries you have to do by yourself. After making all journal entries, you have to add the amount of debit column and amount of credit column. And remember, amount of debit column and total amount of credit column must be equal. After then, you will draw 2 lines here, which indicates that you have completed your journal entry. So that's all for today. Keep on practicing. Thank you very much.